I'm very sorry that this video took so long. I had to remake it like 3 times because of certain errors and things that just weren't working. So this one is called Warring States of China. In our PowerPoint or in our document, it's going to say something like Era of the Warring States. So what that means, I'm going to show this real quick. So Era of the Warring States is a period of time where um, the dynasties and parts of China were at war. They were trying to take over and extend their dynasty and create just a bigger property and larger land. So this is a short video that I'm going to show you, and it says that the following video presents the Warring States period of China. Every year from the collapse of the Western Zhou dynasty in 771 BCE to the reunification of China by the Qin dynasty in 221 BCE. So what this means is that in this video, we're going to be shown a map. And in the map, it's going to go up, I believe it's about a second per year, about from the collapse of the Western Zhou dynasty. So as we remember, these dynasties, they come to a point in time where they are large and powerful, and they're strong, and have a good government system. And eventually, these dynasties, they weaken and they fall apart and they collapse until there's another dynasty or another group of people that take over and once again make the dynasty stronger in that piece of land. Their people, they become like strong until it collapses again. So it's kind of like a circle where it's strong, it weakens, falls apart, and then it's taken over. So the Zhou dynasty, it collapsed. So it weakened and collapsed in 771, and the Qin dynasty reunified China, which means it brought it back together and it made it strong again in 221 BCE. So this is about 550 years later. So in this video, I'm going to pause it real quick as soon as it comes up. So we're going to see a map here. So this is a map of China, and as we can see, the Eastern Zhou dynasty in 772 was this big. That is a large piece of land. And as this video plays, you will see that within that 1 year period, it weakened, it completely weakened, fell apart, and was taken over by other states or other dynasties, as you call it. So we've technically only really learned about 4 other dynasties. Shang, or sorry, so far we've done 2, right? Shang and then Zhou. So as everything here is color coded, every color is regarded to a certain dynasty. So we have Jin, Yan, Shu, Wu, Xin, Song, Shi. So these are different ones, and when I play it, you will notice small changes here and there. Oh, it doesn't go by year, but it goes by like time sequence. So as I'm gonna leave it playing, but really pay attention to how these here, they lessen. So every now and then, as you see, that we lose a few colors, which means they were taken over by one other of these. And really pay attention to the colors here. As they take over more land, their color grows and grows. So if I remember from a few seconds ago, I don't think Chu was this big. Let me see. Oh, so it's just this one, different ones. All right. So there's not a lot of change here, but slowly but surely you will notice that there are either growing or new dynasties emerging. at this point, the Zhou dynasty, which was the blue one, let's see, right here, the Zhou dynasty, which at the very, very beginning in 772, the majority of this was this bright blue. By 255, it's absolutely gone, and it's taken over the Qin dynasty. Oh, by the Qin dynasty. Alright, so by 2021, China is completely taken over by the Qin dynasty, which means that the Qin dynasty unified China and it brought it together because at these point in times, these whole years after the Zhou dynasty, they were completely separate. So they were not unified. They had their own leaders, they had their own policies and rules up until the Qin dynasty came. So it says, with the unification of China in 221 BCE, the Qin dynasty became the first imperial dynasty in Chinese history under the rule of the famous Qin Shi Huang. So if you haven't caught on already, if I haven't explained that, a lot of the dynasties, they were named after the leader. So the person who took over all of the other states and made the Qin dynasty as big and as strong as it was this famous emperor, Qin Shi Huang. So he was the person that was named after him. So let's go over to our PowerPoint. This one is a pretty short one. That's why I really wanted to show the video for you guys to get an idea of what it was about or how the things changed. So it says era of the Warring States 481 to 221 BC. So the emergence of powerful kings and independent states led to the decline to the Zhou dynasty. So because many other kings, they were getting power and they're becoming stronger, that weakened the Zhou dynasty and it took its power away. Several independent regional states fought for dominance in East Central China. So there were many independent regional states. So like the Shi, the Yan, the Shu, they were individual states within China that wanted to take over each other, and eventually it was the Qin dynasty who won and were able to take over all of China. In 221, forces of Qin Shi Huangdi won and formed the Qin dynasty. So that is the emperor that we were talking about in the video, who were able to take over all of China and make it one.